Something going on in the NBA here? What the fuck? Oh shit, let me do that. My career. Be a two-way finisher. Rebound chaser is what I want next. I don't have any upgrades, eh? Motherfucker. Here we go, motherfucker. Yeah.
It's the 2KMC. Here with your top plays of the week. The early...
A spectacular sight as we approach our broadcast location in downtown Orlando. And with pregame routines...
Well, Kevin and Guy...
Thanks, David. And now Washington's starting group. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Brown in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, at the 4 in the...
Yeah, coach.
Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Hamid Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Aaron Gordon. Ross, he's checked in for Evan Fournier. And it's Carter Williams in for Markelle Fultz. Well, fans can be impatient, Greg, especially for the fans of teams that are slow to start a season.
And Kevin, the media as well.
Right,
I played in New York, and you know, in that town, you go big or you get talked about, no doubt about it. But with the way things have evolved now, and every team is a national team because every game's televised, it's starting to happen more in some of those smaller markets as well. It's just a harsh reality of pro sports.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Robinson goes in.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Ross against Smith. Ross, that's good.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helped him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Wagner passes to Robinson. Orlando grabs the miss.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. And the lead's been shaved down with this last run, and now they're in a position maybe to tie it up.
Here's Wagner. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Wagner's got 5.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Isaac. Here's Gordon. Lays it up off the glass. Gordon's got his second basket of the night.
Toughness and energy on the boards, and an easy putback to show for.
Smith feeling it out a bit. To the right side. Bertans kicks to Smith. No good on the triple. And so it's the Washington Wizards with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where... And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Ish Smith is out there with Robinson. Then there's Mo Wagner. Then there's Davis Bertans. And it's Avdia in at the 3 spot. Here's Carter Williams. Now the feed to Gordon. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams. 6 points for him.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Smith dishes to Avdia. It's blocked, but they get it back. Wagner passes to Avdia. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
Oh, he can be sneaky good from deep sometimes. I mean, when he gets clean looks, he's got the ability to do some damage out there.
And last year, to create cap space for Anthony Davis, the Lakers traded Wagner to the Wizards. And boy, he showed a lot of promise.
Yeah, he became the first player since Yao Ming to score 30 points and pull down 15 rebounds off the bench. And if you think that was a fluke, why don't you go back and watch the Rising Stars game? He showed he can match up with elite talent. That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Robinson, that's good.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review.
And that does it for the first half of play. Wizards out front. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back.
2 rebounds, no blocks, no steals. God damn.
Out here for the start of the... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different... The Magic making a change here. Gordon's checked in. The Wizards also changing it up. Bertans comes in for Hachimura. And Smith subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Fournier kicks to Fultz. To the middle. Wants to get it to Brown and does. Isaac and Vucevic down low. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Gordon in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Orlando. Here's Smith. No good on that one. And Orlando will come the other way. Gordon goes in. Rebound, Washington. Brown's got 4 rebounds now tonight. In the corner, Smith with it. That's tipped. And now Orlando on the break. Here's Isaac. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the paint. Outside Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Solid court awareness. Leave someone open on full squad and you're going to regret it.
Washington leading now by 10. Smith the pass to Beal. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Just 5 to shoot. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
Here's Gordon. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Gordon's got 10 points. Here's Beal. 12 points for him. Pass to Bertans. From deep. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Fournier passes to Gordon. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Out of bounds, Washington takes possession, and as he's checked in for Orlando. Mo Wagner's checked in for Washington. Avdia comes in for Bradley Beal. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Hey guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Washington calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every
Gordon trying to break loose, and there's Fultz on the assist by Gordon. Fultz has got the lead up to 3 now for the Magic.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
So on the floor for Washington, we've got Mo Wagner. Rui Hachimura out there with Avdia. Then there's Bradley Beal, and it's Westbrook in at the point guard position. Clock at 6. And Beal kicks to Hachimura. For 3, Westbrook. It's hauled in by Gordon. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Orlando. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
So for the Magic, Vucevic comes in for Clark, and Fournier subbed in for Ross. Then for the Wizards, Bryant comes in for Mo Wagner, and Troy Brown subbed in for Avdia. A fadeaway, almost, but it rolls out.
I don't know if it's been the main factor, but his off night has definitely been one factor here.
Fournier finds Gordon. Outside Fournier. Back to Gordon. Rebound by the Wizards. Brown's got 6 rebounds in the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
Out of nowhere, Gordon just soaring in there, and that athleticism carries him straight to the hoop.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Outside Beal. The Wizards working the ball around now. There's the pass to Bryant. To stop the run, Vucevic with the block.
Well timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spot.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And Gordon drops them both. Wizards trail by 10. Outside Westbrook. And another miss by Washington.
Bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside to get the best shot possible. I mean, that's the way to make the comeback happen.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Travis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer.
9 minutes fired.
Who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces.
Oh, what a beautiful play!
Look at the intensity. Did you see that? Great.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
Hachimura, the pass to Bryant. Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington.
He hasn't been able to find any kind of groove this quarter. I mean, it seems like he's been running on fumes since halftime.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Magic.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for B-Train.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Brown outside. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train.
Dude, this game is retarded.
So that will be his
They fucking
second
blew it down
foul
before
of the
he
game.
fucking
We're in the
committed.
bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
At the line, shooting 1. Al-Farouq Aminu.
That free throw good from Aminu.
Well, at this point of his career, Aminu knows who he is, an effective two-way player. He likes being a glue guy.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Westbrook, no good. And stolen by Wagner. Right wing. And the wide open shot from Avdia. And another miss by Washington. Now here's Gordon. He's guarded closely. Aminu, the pass to Clark. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber.
Lock, boy. Oh, 7. Moonay's. Hey, motherfucker. Wait, how do you check your messages? The next game, baby.
First, it's Albert Stassen in my career, posting his 10th block of the game and sealing a quadruple double. That's out of the Galaxy star power. Let's all chant MVP, MVP. Next up is GLD 2020 in Pro-Am. Running from the backside for a grab block, but that's not all. Sends a quick outlet pass for the game-winning tray. This machine turns defense into offense in seconds, as seen on 2K TV. Next is LQ Trills. No easy buckets, protecting the fourth quarter lead and goes coast to coast for a left-handed hammer. Last play today is from DJ Dumont 20 in dime time. Team takeover in play, snatches up a driving layup, trails the play for support, and it pays off. Catches the deflection, fakes, and wins the game for the team.
Starting lineup. At point. Basketball fan. It's that time of and with tip-off.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. Now the starting group for Orlando. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Fultz is out there with Evan Fournier. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Toronto's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Van Vliet with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
At the elbow, it's Gordon. Back to Fultz. Inside. Gordon inside. He's guarded by Anunoby. Stolen by Len. And here they come. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
The Magic trail by 6. Here's Gordon.
Are you
That
fucking
one's off.
kidding
Still in
me?
sync.
You were there for a
After shooting.
fucking perfect goddamn fucking slam, man. I'm fucking done with this guy.
36. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you.
go. Drain some trays.
In 2K21, you're going to be hearing a lot of new voices,
including the amazing Grant Hill. We are thrilled and honored to have him join the broadcast team this year.
We caught up with him after a recording session. Take a look.
We have the cameras on the Jazz team bus pulling into the arena. A lot going on here in the Queen City. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thanks, David. That's David Aldridge, our NBA Hall of Famer. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Bogdanovich out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Frazier in at the point. And for Charlotte, we've got Gordon. Hayward out there with P.J. Washington. Then it's Ball, and it's Cousins in at the center, locking down the middle. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
Kevin, it's always a great feeling to come out strong, but it is hard to maintain that consistency.
Yeah,
the
agreed.
teams that do, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strengths.
Why is consistency so hard?
Because you're not playing against yourself, and we're human. And Kevin, as great as you are as a broadcaster, you probably have had some days where you didn't feel as good as you did other days, and that's no different for a guy competing at this level.
My friend, that's every day. Every day you don't feel good about it. But you grind, right? You just try to keep grinding.
Got to do it.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Utah Jazz. It's a 3-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
That was a different team in the fourth quarter than what we saw in the first 3. Don't you think? I mean, they got their act together just in time to pull it out.
And so it's Charlotte with it after the basket by Utah. Again, the miss by Gordon. Gordon's gone 1 of 3 on the night. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Greg, maybe not the tallest big in the league, but Washington's reach is the great equalizer.
Are you kidding me,
He is
bro?
only 6'7", but that
Holy
7'2"
fuck.
wingspan, it allows him to play big, snatch rebounds in traffic, and make contested shots in the paint. I think the young fella's got a bright future.
Here is Frazier following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Frazier with it. Now guarded by Ball.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
From deep three-point range. That doesn't go either for Gordon. The Jazz have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Poked away. For 3. Drills it from outside. Gordon's got 6. And Greg, then there have been rumors floating around. Junior looking to move on from this team. Do you buy into any of that talk?
It'd be a surprise to see him get moved, but anything can happen. Players have a lot of leverage in the NBA. If Junior wants out, he'll probably get his way. And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
Not exactly a game that everyone will be talking about here, but both of these teams can show flashes at times.
We're seeing 2 teams that could be building more for the future, trying to instill a winning culture, and we'll see which team takes a step in that direction.
The Jazz making a switch here. As Abuki's checked in, Favors comes in for Bogdanovich. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Clarkson in for Frazier. Now here's Gordon, following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Gordon with it, now defended by McDermott. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 9 points. McDermott kicks to Clarkson. Passes it to Azubuike. 6 on the shot clock. They need this. Graham with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the basket by Gordon.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Jazz trail by 12. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Now here's Favors, guarded closely. On the wing, Mitchell. And the three ball is good.
Donovan Mitchell will answer with his own three. This guy has got a ton of pride and competitiveness.
The pass to Bridges. Back to Graham. Kicks it to Gordon. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. Gordon's got 15 points.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Back to Mitchell. The 15-footer, good. Mitchell's got his second basket.
When you think pure scorer, one of the guys that comes to mind, as young as he is, Donovan Mitchell.
Gordon for three. And no good. Jazz trail by 10. Kept alive. Pass to Clarkson. The three. And the Jazz, another three.
Well, the one thing about Clarkson, a little bit inconsistent from deep, so that's a welcome sight for his team.
Graham from outside. And so it's Charlotte heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense. And always interesting to hear from Donovan Mitchell, who recently...
Everybody had their expectations of what we...
And you know, Greg... A whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Frazier against Gordon. Frazier dishes to Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Very difficult to match up with Favors. I love how under control, under duress he was right there.
We've got DeMarcus Cousins all out there with Gordon. Then there's P.J. Washington. And it's Myers in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, B-Train in the last matchup against the 76ers was superb. He ended up with 43 points and got there the usual way. An impressive barrage of three-pointers. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And the basket by Gordon.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Mitchell looking it over. Nice D from Cousins.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Gobert with the block.
Let's remember that the 7-foot frame includes a 7'9" wingspan. Rudy Gobert, the Stifle Tower, doing work.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
Ball kicks to Gordon. Launches a 3, and it's the Hornets another 3.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Last outing for Charlotte was a loss to Philadelphia.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art, I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
Yeah, it felt like the other side simply allowed them to hang in, and the score reflected that.
From deep, an absolute bomb from three-point range. And it's a 7-point Hornets lead. And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for Utah. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Mitchell against Gordon. Beyond the arc. Good, another from three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
There's the triple. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
That's an important shot to just kind of get a little bit of a confidence.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Jazz. Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Frazier in at the 1 spot. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
Well, if you don't stay in front and you allow him room to drive, you will pay the consequence. Donovan Mitchell with authority.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And it's Gordon missing.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Now here's Frazier. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. Outside, Bogdanovich. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And the Hornets call time here.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's some...
For Utah, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And that one misses.
Boy, you have to admire Donovan Mitchell. This guy is capable of playing either guard position, and he plays with so much passion and energy, guys. It's infectious.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And as we end the third quarter, a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Gordon out there with ball. Then there's P.J. Washington. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Mitchell against Ball. Mitchell's shot is good.
Well, this is problematic because Donovan Mitchell can hurt you any number of ways. Driving, spotting up, you name it, he's got it.
Hayward outside. Here's Gordon. Over Bogdanovich. That one off the back iron and out. Jazz trail by 10. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul. And Utah making a change here. Frazier's checked in. Here is Frazier. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. The shot that time, not on target. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks in Milwaukee. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Mitchell outside. Hayward against Ingles. Pass to Bogdanovich. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, how about Bogdanovich showing a bit of mobility on his way to the rack, drawing the foul?
And so Bogdanovich nails both of them.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Ball, the pass to Gordon. 3-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for Utah. It's a 14-point game. Gobert against Cousins. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Greg, the NBA under Adam Silver has been aggressive, looking for ways to enhance the product and attract fans. Where do you fall on that point? Push the envelope, or don't rock the boat, or maybe somewhere in between?
I think it might be somewhere in between. These days, people's attentions can be pulled in so many different directions. I think they're smart to not rest on their laurels and to continue to try to evolve, but with that evolution, sometimes it's not going to come over as well as they would like. But I'm a fan of some of the experiments, I should say, that we've tried thus far, and I hope the league continues to push the envelope.
That's a good thought. And the Jazz call time here. We've seen B-Train really have a great game.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Quinn Snyder's huddle. He said, do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back.
And it's Gordon missing. Jazz trail by 11. To the inside. Reverses. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Frazier. Mitchell's got 19 points.
We're talking 6'3", 215 pounds, so that is a big-sized guard. He can operate on the interior.
Hayward finds Gordon. Hits the three-point bomb. Gordon's got 42 in the game.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness.
Second chance shot. Gobert with the block. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Charlotte calls timeout. They're in front by 10. 1:29 left in the game. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, B-Train.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And this is exactly what a star player is supposed to do. Coming off a loss, he made sure they weren't going to make it 2 in a row. There's Gordon with the 3. Connects again from distance.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Greg, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. Mitchell, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Mitchell's got 17 points here in the second half.
Well, the balance, the ability to take contact, absorb it, and still finish. That is beautifully done by Donovan Mitchell.
Gordon outside, and again for three.
And of course it falls for him. That three pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
A shot by Frazier, no good.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't
good. Another from three.
Unbelievable. Gets the record with a beautiful three.
A new single game record, GA, in a night that everyone will remember for the rest of their lives.
And listen to this crowd. They are letting him hear it.
Greg, as well they should. One of the great three-point shooting displays we've seen in league history.
I'll tell you, we knew he could shoot.
So it's the Hornets picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
aggressive now.
Welcome to the 2K family, Grant Hill. This is so exciting. You're a 7-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, NBA broadcast.
And now, introducing your Milwaukee Bucks. At the power forward position, at 6.
Live coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. And we've got time for a quick.
Hey, Kevin, if you'll allow a DC kid to be a little parochial right now, well, the
great stuff as always, GA. Thanks. And a look at the starters for the Hornets. We've got Ball, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Washington. And it's Hayward, and it's Gordon in at the 2-guard. And for Milwaukee, they've got Dante DiVincenzo. Chris Middleton is out there with Portis. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Niang in at the 4-man position. Reagan, 1991, you were drafted 12th overall. Talk about early expectations as a first-round pick. Your son going through it right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, everyone wants to see what you've got. And also, you want to prove that you belong. And so, because of that, though, especially in today's game, sometimes judgment comes way too quickly. And we've seen it with a lot of great young players that because they come in a lot earlier in terms of their age, it may take them an extra year or two to figure it all out. And so the teams that are most patient in allowing those kids to mature at their own level tend to be the ones that get the higher rewards.
Indeed, and we see so much impatience, and it causes problems. The Bucks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
What a tremendous ability to hit from so far out. That's a big-time three.
Pass to Niang. And here's Whiteside. Passes it to DiVincenzo. Tipped away. Stolen by Gordon. It's 2-on-1. Shoots the 3. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And just Shakespearean there, a smart read. Saw the defense was collapsing inside, so he wisely pulled up from the outside and drilled it.
Now here's Middleton. A 26-point game for him in the win against Minnesota.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense. Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Gordon against Portis. Three-pointer. That shot off, and Milwaukee will come the other way. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside Gordon. They get a hand on it. DiVincenzo against Gordon. Portis, the pass to DiVincenzo. Gordon with the defensive effort. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Yeah, and talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up. What a great option he gives them on every possession.
So Charlotte calls timeout, their first. And GA Chris Middleton over his career, much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. I tell you, that's...
Pass to Gordon. Jacks up a 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
And let's see if they bring that same attacking mindset with them into this game. They should. It worked like a charm last time, getting so many guys into foul trouble.
They've got Chris Middleton. He's out there with Jones. And it's Niang in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, B-Train in the last matchup against the Jazz had quite a performance. He contributed 51 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Milwaukee making a switch here. DiVincenzo's checked in, and a switch here also for Charlotte. Ball's checked in for Devontae Graham. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Took it the length and buries the 3. Gordon's got 12 points in the game.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Oh, and here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. Good on the triple. He's got 15.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Now the pass to Portis. Middleton outside. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
To the wing on the left. Cousins finds Gordon. From deep. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Bucks trail by 19. Down low. Oh, and the dunk by Jones.
Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
For Charlotte, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. Ball, the pass to Cousins. That's a 2 from Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
And a wide open look for Portis. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the basket by Gordon. Here's Portis. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Minnesota. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. We've seen B-Train really have a great game.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
A different look for Milwaukee. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Hornets ahead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Hornets. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Washington. And it's Hayward, then there's Gordon, and it's Ball in at the point guard position. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game. but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right
now. No, we don't do that part.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up.
Dude, these are fucking
Guys,
nailed, bro.
Love big men
fucking
who
pissing
run the
me
floor
off.
as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, what a complete center.
Niang kicks to Middleton. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Now, that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
Jones checked in for Whiteside. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Bridges checks in.
Chris Middleton has worked his way back and come a long way, the former second-round pick becoming a consistent starter in the league.
And they double up Gordon. Back to ball. And it's the Hornets another three.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Here's Middleton. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now tonight from deep three-point range, and it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Cousins. And now it's 27 points for B-Train. Outside Portis, and Jones slams it home.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Outside Gordon. Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee will come the other way. Middleton against Bridges. Shot's good by Middleton.
You don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
Charlotte calls timeout. And the Bucks with some changes. James Ennis. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Dishes it to Middleton. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That's his first foul. Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some would say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
Portis is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Jones. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Niang in at the 4 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Middleton against Hayward. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. For 3, Gordon. The rebound by Niang. Milwaukee's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. DiVincenzo finds Portis. They get the rebound, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And that is a foul. It's on the Charlotte Hornets. And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. And last season, we saw the NBA All-Star Game introduce the Elam ending, a target score, Greg, to end the game, and instead of running out the clock. Did you like that, and would you widen its use?
No question it's being looked at maybe for overtimes or tournament games. You know, Adam not shy about exploring new ideas. And I got to be honest, going into the All-Star game, I wasn't a fan of the proposed changes.
Me too.
But once you saw it all play out, I have to say I was entertained. And I applaud the commissioner and the players in the league for buying in. And I think the fan experience was made all the more better.
Good point. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. Whiteside's checked in for Milwaukee. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Connects again from distance. You can tell he is feeling it.
Kevin, he's on fire.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Poked loose. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Ball. 36 points for B-Train.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Hornets have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go on the record books as a gaudy win for the Hornets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for B-Train.
It looked like a couple times they might be wearing him down, but not the case. At the offensive end, he was just devastating.
And here's Gordon from outside, and it's the Hornets another 3.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And Whiteside sends it back.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
Gordon outside, and again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now, most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Pass to Torres. Here's Connaughton. Passes to Torres. Back to Connaughton. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Wow, wow, wow. Doo-doo-doo. The store. Double XP right now. I didn't know that. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Kill confirmed. Spetsnaz GRU, you have execute authority.
Oh, fucking pussy peeking and shit.
We're pulling ahead. Hostile RCXD in your AO.
Oh my god, man, the fucking...
Care package inbound. Enemy napalm strike incoming. Enemy spy plane inbound. Established spy plane on my grid.
Come on, man, I'm fucking taking care of the fucking two guys. Take care of your own.
Spy plane standing by.
Hostile spy plane overhead.
Come on, you fucking bitch. Play the game right. Fuck, you're awful. Fuck, our team sucks, man. Holy shit.
Check your targets.
Consider rebound strike inbound. Enemy spy plane inbound. Multiple enemy spy plane contacts. Multiple hostile spy planes detected. That's not, you're better than this. Fight harder.
Winchester, RTB, Inferno, one line out.
Hostile RCXD in your AO.
Spy plane standing by.
Multiple hostile RCXDs operating. Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound. There's no winning this. The conflict, exit hot zone.
It's not our day. Exiting AO.
Oh man. Do 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 do.
Hard point. Capture the objective. Hard point identified. Hostiles have the hard point.
Come on, you ran away from that, you fucking faggot. You guys gonna push that?
Hard point located. Hostiles have the hard point.
Oh my god, man. Push the fucking point.
Threat neutralized.
Just sitting in our spawn, eh? Just sitting in our fucking spawn.
Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hard point is secure. We've lost the hard point. Hard point located. Capture the hard point.
You guys gonna push it? Fuck me, stop running a goddamn group, man!
Enemy spy plane inbound.
What are you doing? Oh my god, shoot the fucking guy, please.
People out. Hard point identified. Hostiles have the hard point. Kill. This isn't how we drilled it. Pull it back. Hard point is secure. Tally syntax. Smoked her. Enemy air patrol inbound.
You gonna push that? Or you just gonna suck cock?
Hard point contested.
Fragmentation.
Hard point identified. Hostiles have the hard point. Enemy spy plane inbound.
This is retarded! Their team's so fucking bad. What's he using? Is it just constant? It's a constant UAV. Has to be.
Hard point located.
Spy plane.
Enemy cruise missile launch detected.
Stop running in a fucking group.
Hostile spy plane established overhead. Hostiles have the hard point.
Spy plane mission time clock.
Hard point located. Hard point is secure. Hard point lost. Hard point locked down. Hard point lost. Hard point locked down. Contesting hard point. We've lost the hard point. Hard point is secure. Hard point located. Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Adler authorizing counter spy plane mission.
Enemy air patrol inbound. Cruise missile inbound.
It's constant. It's fucking constant, man. Fucking guys suck ass.